So I recently came across some news that I kind of felt I want to talk about. And this really involves one of my favorite film franchises of all time. Literally, I've been with this film franchise ever since the first one, way back when I was like 11 or 12 years old. So really since like 2000, 2001, 2002. I've enjoyed this series of films. I've enjoyed the characters behind them. I've enjoyed the cars behind them. And as you can tell from the title and from that little mention of cars, I'm a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. Now, I'm sure everyone by now, knows that Paul Walker, which is basically like the main guy, he is the main guy. He's Brian O'Connor from this series. Passed away tragically November of last year in a car accident. I remember that night very vividly. All of my friends basically were texting me that night saying, "Did you hear that Paul Walker had died?" And I was just shocked and just dismayed by that news because, here you had this actor who I basically have grown up with now. Here I am, I'm 23 years old. I've seen every single movie of theirs. I've loved pretty much almost every single movie of theirs. There have been some not as great ones in there, but that's for another day. But Paul Walker, essentially, he was that guy that everyone wanted to be. He always had like the nice cars, the fast cars. He knew how to drive them well. And when you look at it from the perspective of a teenager who is coming into, learning how to drive and things like that, he's essentially like that guy that you want to be. You want to be that guy at your high school driving the nice car that's got, nitrous oxide in it, turbos, superchargers, everything else. So the news article I have for you guys today, and I'll post it in the description below, or you can even Google this, is they had to make some changes to the script, obviously, and the one thing I do agree with is that they are actually going to write him off with a retirement. They're not going to kill him off, which I think is the best option, simply because you've already had all these people, they're just grieving over the fact that Paul Walker's dead, and if you want to kill him off in a movie, then that's just essentially going to be reminding everyone that he just passed away in an auto accident. That retirement for him would be the best option for his character overall. One piece of news that I found could maybe, turn me off a little bit is the fact that they've said that they want to use, I think it's like 4 body doubles for a basic movement, and then they're going to CGI his face onto the body double. Now, instantly I have some doubts about this. And the one case that everyone loves to bring up, of course, is Tron Legacy, when they tried to basically CGI young Jeff Bridges' face onto the enemy of Clue. I remember when I first saw the film, I remember Clue looking like he was almost like he was out of a video game. Now I know it's Tron, and Tron is a video game, so it makes sense that he looks like a video game character. But the other actors and actresses were real life. They looked like, actual human people. And he kind of had, Clue had this kind of like video game look about him. He also didn't have very much emotion to his face. And that's just something I fear could happen with the 7th movie. And you probably don't want to do that to the main guy of the film. There are some people who would say, maybe Toretto can be like, the torchbearer for the rest of the film. But Paul Walker is he is the main guy. This is who the Fast and Furious franchise revolves around. And I think this could be kind of a mistake. I think it could be a big mistake. If at all possible, like you have to change the script anyway, so could you maybe write it out to where you have the scenes you have him in, and then you retire him from that point, because it's just going to look weird. And I know that CGI has come a long way since it's it's Jurassic days, back when it was brand new. But even then, I don't think we fully can do that. I don't think we can fully render someone's face and have it look realistic, or at least have it, show some emotion, at least let it, reveal the character itself. The fact that they're doing this, I am kind of worried. I do see why they want to do it. I understand that, like I said, Paul Walker is essentially the main character in this, and a lot of people want to see him finish out the movie, but at the same time, I'm kind of worried about it. The next thing that I want to talk about is there was actually talk that this was not actually going to be the last movie. There were talks that maybe wanted to do an 8th one, which, at that point, even I'm kind of getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit stale. There's only so much driving you can do. The 6th one was ridiculous enough. I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the 7th one. But at the end of the day, this needs to be the last film. A lot of people say, well, since he's going to retire, that means they can make another one and won't have to involve him. You can do that, but when you look at, the the films that have not included him, which is only one. There's really only one movie in this entire franchise, and that's Tokyo Drift. And Tokyo Drift is one many people consider to be one of the weakest of the franchise. Why? Because it doesn't have any of the core characters in it, including Paul Walker. And so you can make an 8th one if you want, but really, then it's just like, you know, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as, you know, having Brian O'Connor in there, having that core group of characters, and I just feel like this needs to be the last one. And plus, there's no way of recreating Paul Walker for an 8th film. There's no way you're going to do it. Overall, I can see why they're doing it. I kind of disagree with it. And you guys may think differently. So in the comment section below, let me know what you think of this whole situation, and I'll post one of the news articles that I found. It comes from Autoblog. Yeah, Autoblog. And you guys can read up on the story. You can form your own opinions. I personally feel like this could be kind of a detriment to the movie, but I'm keeping my head held high. I'm fully anticipating this release. April 10th, 2015 is the set release date. That could always change. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, that is just my thoughts and opinions on the news article and what's going down basically with Fast and Furious 7. And as always, you know, let me know what you guys think down below. And until I see you guys next time, hit like, comment, and subscribe. I got more content coming up. I'm Joker777, and I'll see you guys later.